And once again, Space Shuttle Atlantis is beginning its move. This will be a mile or several mile journey down State Road 3, part of the Kennedy Space Center, connecting the Launch Complex 39 area, where Atlantis is now, to the industrial area. Part of the planned 9.8 mile move today that will take Atlantis from its home for many, many years to its final home just miles away at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Atlantis will be on public display for everyone to enjoy in a manner that shows it on orbit, with the payload bay doors open, its robotic arm deployed, and conducting a mission in space. This is a carefully choreographed move that has been planned for about the last year and a half, involving officials from NASA Safety and Security, as well as Delaware North Company's Parks and Resorts, which operates the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. They've planned some special activities for today that honor Atlantis and honor the workforce and the astronauts who have flown Atlantis and the other space shuttles over the years. It's a historic day for Kennedy Space Center and the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. And it's the culmination of a decision that was made several years ago when the space shuttle fleet was retired, to make the shuttles available for all Americans to see, to learn from, and to gain inspiration for future endeavors into space. Atlantis is moving on the orbiter transportation system, a little bit more than 2 miles per hour, heading south towards the industrial area at Kennedy Space Center. A beautiful view of Space Shuttle Atlantis taken from State Road 3 as the Shuttle Atlantis heads southbound with a convoy of 10 to 12 vehicles accompanying Atlantis. In the background, orbiter processing facilities are in the view. The locations where NASA's shuttle fleet was prepared for its next mission, or for their next missions. These reusable spacecraft were flown several times each. Atlantis completed 33 missions. The shuttle fleet accomplished tremendous feats over its 30-year history. Serving as a base for spacewalks, construction missions of the International Space Station, research laboratories. They launched satellites, planetary probes, and with their mission complete of building the International Space Station, they are now going to homes across the country where they will be on display for years to come. All told, the NASA Space Shuttle fleet over the years traveled 542,398,878 miles, spending 1,334 days, 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 44 seconds in space. The journeys of Space Shuttles Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Endeavour, and Atlantis. And as Atlantis is rolling its way to its new permanent home at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, the Kennedy Space Center is turning its sights on the future and becoming a multi-user spaceport, renovating many facilities and preparing for rockets and spacecraft that NASA and commercial partners will launch. NASA is developing the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System, and our commercial partners have begun taking cargo and one-day crew to the International Space Station. The space shuttles will serve as a tribute to the generation of human spaceflight workers who took America from the Apollo era into this era, once again going back to exploring. Atlantis will continue on its roll down the northbound lane of State Road 3. It's headed for the industrial area at Kennedy Space Center, where at about 10 a.m. this morning there will be a signing ceremony at which NASA Administrator Charles Bolden will officially sign a retirement certificate and turn Atlantis over to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. The signing ceremony will be conducted by Administrator Bolden and Kennedy Space Center Director Bob Cabana.
Is that enough for